This is the Motorcopchronicles podcast with the midweek news. Join your hosts, Iceman and Holstera, two law enforcement professionals ready to offer their unfiltered opinions on the latest news from the world of law enforcement. No filters, no edits. So be warned, the content may be upsetting to some listeners. Sit down and hold up. This may get a little bumpy.
Welcome back. It's Wednesday. Like and subscribe. Pointing at it. If you're watching live, hit the little bell. You'll be notified on YouTube when we go live. Go like us on Facebook. Follow us on Facebook also. Got plenty of messed up stories to talk about. If you didn't listen to the audio podcast I put out yesterday, better late than never. We got a announcement to make. Go ahead. Why don't you make the announcement?
So me and the Iceman have finally decided that there's some things that we'd like to talk about, but of course, wonderful Facebook and YouTube and a couple other platforms that we talk on can be a little censored, and we tend to know that we would be kicked off immediately. So we went ahead and we're going to go ahead and open up a podcast for political discussions that's going to be unfiltered and real. We're going to show what national media refuses to show, and we're going to give you our opinions about it. Censorship be damned. We'll take care of the rest.
The Facebook page is made already. If you want to go join it, we're working on logo and the rest of the stuff to get it all done so we can start it. But that part's done. It is called.
I'll link to it so you guys can click it and just hit follow.
It's Liberty, Freedom, and Whiskey podcast. We all like liberty, freedom, and whiskey is delicious. I am drinking some piss. Some peach whiskey sipping cream right here, and it's delicious.
Sipping on piss.
It's delicious. So, like and subscribe. If you're on listen on podcast platform, gives 5-star race review. I will read it out on here. If you'd like to be a guest on a Sunday night episode, send me an email at Motorcopchronicles podcast or a message on Facebook. We will set something up or send some stories.
Or just wait till he's halfway through it and call him.
Yeah, that was yesterday. All right, so we're gonna start out with some stories here. I guess we'll let you know that this first one here you didn't send me. This what's up, Alex? Aaron, hello, Aaron. We forgot about you. I just got tied up with crap. So
Yeah, about the Florida man. No.
Yeah. Notice this first one story. If y'all have listened to the episode Cornholio actually sent me this story today. We talk every now and then through text message. He's a busy man also. And this is kind of a messed up story here. I think it's a little older. Let me see. When is it? Yeah, it was from January. It's the first I've seen it. And it's out of Florida. So we know Florida man crazy. No offense there, Holster.
Hell no. No, they're crazy.
I didn't have a chance. I was going to try to do some follow up on it and see what if anything's come of it or anything like that. They had a little video. I didn't put it up or put nobody's picture up on this one anyway. Like I said, Cornholio sent us this Florida this story. A Florida school cop who texted a 14-year-old asking her for sexy pics is confronted by the girl's uncle. If this comes to be true and stuff, this motherfucker here needs to.
Is that the one where he starts questioning the police officer, and the officer's like, "Hey, let's not discuss this here," and he goes, "I'm not going to talk about it in front of kids."
Yeah.
That shit.
They have a picture and stuff on the story. It's by the True Activist. I guess it's a website or something. This was posted. This was from January, but first I'd heard of it. says it is widely known that there are several rogues in uniform. I guess rogue cops or whatever. He's talking about bad cops, particularly men in blue. Many have heard and seen themselves police abuse and brutality. Well, it's not as widespread as the media would like to make everyone believe, which is a lot of bullshit. I'm not going to read all that because it's just like gaslighting on cops from whoever this person is that wrote this. Anyway, recently a Florida police officer has been placed on administrative leave after he was exposed sending lewd messages to a young girl. It was confirmed by the Clay County Sheriff's Office that a cop assigned to the Clay County School District, this guy was an SRO officer. He worked in the schools, which is, that's just messed up by itself. If he's looking at these children like that, and like I said, the girl's, 14?
Yeah.
Anyway, he's assigned to the Clay County School District and placed on administrative leave following a Facebook Live video of a man confronting the officer for his inappropriate text messages to the man's 14-year-old niece. Now, I did go watch the video. This guy never once even was like, dude, I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't do this. He never once denied it, tried to defend himself or nothing.
The only thing he was concerned with is making sure nobody in the surrounding area heard it.
If you come at me with some bullshit that I know I didn't do,
yeah, you're gonna be.
I'm gonna be defending myself and everything else. And it says this man was by no means just an ordinary citizen. His name was Nathan Waits. Oh, this the guy that confronted him is Nathan Waits, president of a citizen watchdog group, Waits List, which is you know what I'm talking about. I think they're in Florida.
Yeah, it's like a cop watch type deal. They follow cops around and
exposes would-be pedophiles and child sex offenders by pretending to be children on social media. They consider itself on the website to be a group of professionally trained individuals located in Jacksonville, Florida. So I think they want to be like Chris Henson or something like that.
Hey.
The would-be predator cop has been identified as Alan Reese, a Clay County School District police officer working at a local elementary school. In the dramatic video, Waits angrily confronts Reese over the text message, which I did watch. It says, you know my 14-year-old niece, he tells the cop, you know the one you want sexy bikini pics from. So
it's something about wrestling or something.
I'm assuming that the cop texted this little girl, asked her to send bikini pics, and said he wanted to wrestle. See, the problem is with him is him being law enforcement. He knew he was skirting that edge of not. He didn't ask for nude pictures and stuff like that, but he's skirting that edge. It's fucked up because why would you be asking a 14-year-old for pictures of her in a bikini? The one you wanted to wrestle and meet at her parents' house when her mother was not home. Do I need to pull up the chats? Waits continues. I've got her phone right here. So what are we going to do about this? You're a Leo. Are you kidding me? Do you think it's inappropriate to ask her for sexy bikini pics? The video shows the officer he was wearing a mask. His eyes kept going to the side. I did watch that. He was not giving very good indications that he was not guilty by his eye movement, in my opinion anyway. He kept looking away from the guy. He wouldn't make eye contact with him. Waits claims that his group had previously attempted to share the illicit messages with a detective from Clay County Sheriff's Office back in October to no avail. The group explains our goal is to hunt down our local sex offenders, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, they did release the video, which that's the noise you're hearing now. The guy is on administrative leave. I didn't get a chance to go back and do any back research on it. And I'd like to know what happened.
Fired.
Huh?
I'm not mistaken. He got fired. Somebody posted an update on the case on TikTok. Of course, that's not a notable news source, but it actually showed that he was terminated. I don't know what criminal charges would have been placed against him.
Yeah, right, Aaron. Nope, the media would never not tell the truth. Anyway, if he did this shit, he deserves to be more than fired. Hopefully he'll never wear a badge again, because this dude is a piece of shit. a real piece of shit. I believe. Is this? Let me make sure it's the one that cornhole is sent. I don't want to say he sent me one. Yeah, that is the one he said. He said that was his vote for Hot Nut Award, by the way, also. So y'all keep track. We got to vote on Hot Nut. So we got the possible wannabe pedophile cop asking 14-year-olds for pictures of him in a bikini, which is totally inappropriate and very, very wrong. And lucky some daddy didn't pop the hell out of him.
Really surprised on how that uncle handled it. But then again, he's used to dealing with cops in bad scenarios.
Yeah.
So it's like, because his dad, I'd probably waited to beat the crap out of it.
Yeah. Oh, just a update. We're not going to read the whole story. If anybody else is paying attention, they had that London student, and it was the boy that dressed up as a girl that sexually assaulted one girl. Instead of expelling him, they moved him to a different school, and he did it to somebody else, another girl. And then the dad, and I think they ended up arresting the dad because I don't know, he's bitching about it or something. Anyway, that little bastard ended up pleading no contest to second-degree sexual assault. He's only 15 years old, so he'll probably get on some probation. Nothing will happen to him. But yeah, that's that. Yeah, he's so transgender. He wanted to touch little girls and other girls, huh? So yeah, the uncle sounded like he was a fighter too. Yeah, I don't think Jason, that he was gonna put up with much shit. But anyway, that little so-called transgendered fucker, 15-year-old future sexual predator, he pled guilty to that charge. They need to expel him from school.
More than that, but
yeah, well, he needs more now, but he's 15, so there's nothing gonna happen to him until he.
No, not unless his dad or the other kid's dad does something.
And he's gonna end up raping somebody eventually, unfortunately. Now, this next story, I think I sent it to you. San Francisco DA files charges.
Stand by one. I'll scroll down from the dog humper.
I actually have the video. We can watch some of it on this one. So here we go.
Yep.
I say here we go. Why ain't it playing?
He was waiting on me.
Is it? Uh-oh.
We keep losing live signal to the.
Yeah, I'm seeing that too. For some reason. Shit.
Yeah, it's been down. Hang on.
Let me see. I don't know. Why
am I hearing reverb?
the hell? Having some technical difficulties.
Looks like it's trying to come back.
Looks like I'm frozen over here too for some reason.
Yeah, well, the video's playing, but it's.
I'm not even having it playing over here. And I'm not even on the stream thing. I am freezing up on OBS for some reason. Don't you love this live with no edits?
Yeah, you're bogging a little bit when you're talking to me too, but it's very minute. It's once in a blue moon. Whereas that, technically, we're still live, but it's playing like it's on extreme slow mo.
That's great.
I told everybody to give us a minute. The video's been taken down now, not ours, but the video of the.
Yeah, I took it down. So let me see now. Let's try it now. I did some adjusting. Let's try it.
Oh, we're moving again.
It's still not playing. What the hell is going on? We might be able to do live tonight or something because we're having the technical difficulties. We'll just have to come back.
See, it went down again.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Y'all stand by. I'm going to shut it down and try to restart it, okay? We'll be right back on that. The audio is still playing. Stand by. And it's having a problem stopping the streaming.
It's down.
Yeah, I don't know why it's being so slow.
Could have something to do with y'all raining real bad.
It shouldn't be. I never had that issue before.
Oh, we do down here all the time.
So everybody on the audio part of it, y'all just stand by because that is still running. We're just going to keep it going here. And
yeah, I mean, I could read the story if you want to while you're working on that.
yeah, you can go ahead and read it while I'm doing this. I don't know. The computer's like just doing super slow for some reason.
Far left San Francisco DA files homicide charges against officer who had shot man who attempts attacking cops. San Francisco, California, controversial San Francisco District Attorney Chesa Bowden announced murder charges against an officer who shot a man on a noise complaint in 2017. Bowden alleges that the officer should have de-escalated the situation instead of resorting to deadly force. There is, of course, the video. We'll hopefully be able to bring that to you soon. If not, we'll continue. Bowden announced manslaughter charges against San Francisco police officer.
San Francisco police officer now facing voluntary manslaughter charges.
Is that only in my ears, or is that broadcast?
No, I'm not streaming live right now. Go ahead and keep reading.
San Francisco police officers Kenneth Che, during the first week in November from the incident, which occurred on January 6th of 2017. The reason the charges were significantly delayed was due to the suspect in the case, Sean Moore, did not die from injuries he allegedly received from the shooting until last year. There's a photo of this guy that looks like a douche wagon.
No, I think we're back live.
Oh, live on video?
Yeah.
I'm seeing it. Do I need to open a new one?
Yeah, you probably do.
Yep, there we go. Just popped. Gotta invite everybody back to it, right?
Or hopefully they'll be seeing it so they can. You can keep reading the story if you'd like.
Yeah. The San Francisco District Attorney Office released information regarding the cause of death determined by the autopsy. In part, it read, the gunshot lacerated Mr. Moore's liver and struck his right colon, scarring internal organs and causing several abdominal adhesions. Mr. Moore died on January 20th, 2020. The coroner's report indicated the cause of death was COVID. No, I'm just kidding. Was homicide, and that he died from acute intestinal obstruction as a result of a bullet wound.
Got the video now. We can try it too. Oh, hey, Roy's here. Let's see.
We start with a San Francisco police officer now facing voluntary manslaughter charges for a shooting that turned deadly.
KPIX5's Andrea Borba spoke to the attorney representing the family of the man who was shot.
Now, Andrea, this is only the second time an SFPD officer has faced charges like this?
Elizabeth, that is correct. An arrest warrant has been issued for Kenneth Cha, a San Francisco police officer. At this point, it is only the second time in the history of the department that this has happened. This is the encounter in January 2017 that has SFPD officer Kenneth Cha facing voluntary manslaughter charges. Officers were called to the Ocean View home on accusations of Sean Moore, a man with known mental illness, violating a restraining order. 8 minutes after arriving and with body-worn camera video of Moore trying to evade baton swings and telling officers to get off his property.
Now, I know they can't say it on the news here and stuff, but we're not on the regular news. They're spinning this a little bit towards the bad guys thing. It would not let me. I couldn't get the video. Their whole entire body cam video is on YouTube, on police activity and stuff, and on the news story, link in the news story. The whole entire body cam. This dude was yelling, "Fuck y'all, get off!" I mean, he was extremely hostile and aggressive the whole time. So this news story is just being real biased on it. Like, oh, will you just please get off my stoop? No, that's not what he was saying.
Chaw fired 2 rounds, striking Moore in the abdomen and groin.
This was a very minor event. If the police officer had de-escalated, he wouldn't have had this situation. He created a confrontation, created a conflict, and then shot his way out of it.
Moore died in prison in January 2020, and the autopsy said his cause of death was related to the bullet that struck his colon. In a press release, DA Chezaboudin said this about the charges. When officers inflict unwarranted violence...
First of all, dude was in jail. He died this happened in 27. This happened in 2017.
3 years?
Was that like 4 years ago? Okay. I thought I thought that if you died after, you only had a certain amount of time, but I mean, after 4 years, I mean,
I'm more interested on why the hell the officer shot him.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the whole video, I mean, I personally don't know why he shot him either. They could have they could have backed down the stairs. Me personally, I don't think I would have pulled the trigger in that situation. And
I don't Monday morning quarterbacking, but that just seems weird.
I'm just saying, I'm telling you what, I don't believe I would have. I wasn't there, but the whole thing is on body cam. Go watch it yourself. But this news is spinning it like,
in flagrant disregard of their training, it denigrates the hard work of other police officers and shatters the trust our community places in.
And if you're watching on the live feed on the video, if you see this district attorney here, I can't help myself. Do you think he whistles when he talks?
He shouts at the gap.
Do you think he whistles? Because you could drive an 18 wheels.
I believe in COVID-19 until his teeth started social distancing.
His teeth are social distancing.
Law enforcement. The city of San Francisco paid out a $3.25 million civil claim to the Moore family, and a judge ruled that the officers were acting outside of the scope of their duties.
So what was he in
this
jail
is Sean
for,
Moore's
I wonder
mother,
then?
Cleo, during a 2017 town hall following the shooting.
And my son was in the house, already had 2 bullet holes, one in his stomach, one in his groin, and they kept saying to me, my son is okay. Is that the way you treat the citizens of San Francisco?
In a statement, the San Francisco Police Officers Association said this about the charges against Kenneth Chaw. We support Officer Chaw's constitutionally protected right to present his defense against these charges that stem from this extremely volatile incident that an autopsy concluded took Mr. Moore's life while he was serving time in prison on another matter.
Oh, so he's in prison.
So,
on something.
Andrea.
All right, I'm going to shut that video. Anyway, go back and watch it. I thought you, after a certain amount of time passed, you couldn't be charged with the killing of the person. Because
they just showed up and they were like, hey, you're trespassing.
Yeah. It's from watching the video on it, it looked like they were there that he had violated some kind of restraining order or a protective order or something like that. The guy was extremely, extremely hostile and aggressive. But, like I said, I wasn't there. I didn't do it. From the video I saw, I don't think I would have taken that shot. There was, to me, other alternatives. That's for a jury and a judge to decide. But go watch the video. I mean, that's all I can say. The whole video, the whole entire video.
I mean, if the cop wouldn't let go, IA, wrongful death or wrongful shooting and stuff, it ain't gonna hold up in a court case.
Now you're breaking up.
Perfect. I don't know why.
Yeah. So anyway, go check that one out. The whole video, if you'd like to. Like I said, you'll see this guy. His main word in his vocabulary is "fuck you," "go fuck yourself," you're a gay cop. So that's
It is San Francisco.
It is San Francisco, correct? It was. So we don't know. So this next one here, I also have a video for, and I didn't send this one to you, so it's gonna be a whole reaction for you on this one. This one is also out of San Francisco. I mean, it is rice-a-roni. They do have rice-a-roni from San Francisco. It's a San Francisco treat. So, and I like it. It's pretty delicious. So, well, let's watch this video here. And this is the first time Holstera's gonna see it, so we'll kind of see what he thinks of it. I just found it tonight.
San Mateo police say SFPD Sergeant Davin Cole was caught moments after he robbed a Peninsula pharmacy looking for painkillers. It's a claim his attorney doesn't deny. Here's NBC Bay Area's Robert Honda.
This dude, I'm just hoping he wasn't in uniform when he was doing it. That he got popped robbing the pharmacy. I mean, it sounds like the man's got a drug problem, obviously a pill problem, but Lord, I mean, I understand how bad it is, but he's...
The San Francisco police officer will be coming here to the San Mateo County Hall of Justice in about 2 weeks to be charged in this alleged bizarre robbery. But his attorney says he has another stop to make first for intense rehab.
Sure.
The San Mateo Rite Aid store on Concord Drive, where the robbery took place, is only a few minutes from San Francisco Police Sergeant Davin Cole's home. According to San Mateo Police, officers caught the 27-year veteran Wednesday.
Dude been on job for 27 years.
Wow.
27 years.
Threw that shit away.
His career is over because of pills.
Night after he robbed the pharmacy of painkillers and fled. The arrest and the reason for it stunned some people, such as Brenda, who knows Cole.
He's a very good officer. He's helped
me.
That's
Brenda. Hey, Brenda. Hey, how you doing, girl? She knows him.
A lot in certain situations that I was having. But to find out what happened is very shocking because he's a very nice person.
She talking hard enough. She's about to eat that mask if she inhales any harder. Did you see that mask? It was like
thing was conversation with people wearing a mask is you could make them say anything you want behind that shit. And it just makes sense because you can't see their mouth moving.
Yeah.
Obviously, he has hidden a shameful addiction for a long time.
Cole's attorney, Tony Brass, says his client started using painkillers in 2010.
And you're about to hear what happens on most of them. Roy said, thank God she had the mask on. Be nice, Roy. He got injured on duty about here, and that's how a lot of people get addicted to these painkillers, unfortunately.
After he was bitten by a dog while training the canine unit.
This is a vicious addiction, and one that caused him to lose control.
Cole posted a $57,500 bail and was released Thursday.
He is on his way, as we speak, into intensive residential drug rehab.
The San Mateo County District Attorney says the case involves public trust.
So I don't care who it is, whether it's that
Joe Biden's nephew or something. Steve Waxkastaffy. So, no, it don't matter, especially.
I think it looks more like Mike Pence.
It could be a little bit. You know what Trump said about Pence, so he's a pussy.
Somebody with a long record or a cop with a distinguished career. If they violate the law, we're going to hold them accountable.
Brenda agrees.
Tell us, girl.
Okay, you have an addiction, but that doesn't, give you the right or to go do something bad. You're an officer of the law.
SFPD says Cole is on unpaid administrative leave while he deals with rehab and his upcoming legal case, which is scheduled to begin here on November 18th. In Redwood City,
just
Robert
go
Honda,
ahead and
NBC.
say it. Just say it. He's fired. This poor guy is done. He made a ginormous dumbass. Just stupid.
There's no coming back from that. That's not like you can't just go rob somebody and get away with it.
No, he's done. He's done. He robbed a drugstore for pills.
Yep.
He'd been better off rolling a drug dealer. So I think it's hard to. I mean, I don't know. I don't. I assume the way it is now. I think pills are hard to get your hands on now. You don't hear a lot of arrest for pills anymore. That's why people started shooting heroin and stuff up and using meth more. And that fentanyl shit. That's why all that went up, because the opioid people are just changing their drugs now because they're needing the drugs. So, but that one's, San Francisco was on fire this past week or so, wasn't they?
Yeah, he got himself a San Francisco.
He got a San Francisco treat. I like, man. You got me wanting to eat rice-a-roni.
Hell yeah. Dude, I don't know why I'm hungry.
Roy said the city is like, thank God we're saving a load on retirement payouts.
Where are you seeing Roy?
He's making comments on Facebook.
Yeah, my Facebook's glitching out then. It's fine.
Your microphone's breaking up on us also.
Is it? Or is it just me not talking loud enough?
I don't know. It's breaking up. It sounds like it's breaking up. We're having all kind of technical difficulties. You're still breaking up, though. Stop breaking up. All right. We're going to attempt to let Holstera read this next one since we're having issues tonight. We're going to do the Chicago PD and restricting their days off and stuff like that.
Yeah, let me get it open here.
So,
all right. If something happens and you can't hear me, just stop me. Chicago PD limits regular days off until further notice. A memo from Chicago Police Headquarters distributed Saturday afternoon to districts citywide and obtained by ABC7 will limit days off until further notice. Well, that's because everybody's quitting. The order extends a similar effort to beef up street patrol presence that is in effect for this weekend by eliminating 1 or 2 regular scheduled days off for officers. Yeah, that should boost morale. To enhance public safety and to address current crime patterns, all full-duty sworn members will have 1 regular day off canceled, CPD said. In a statement, they're just throwing everything in the kitchen sink out there in hopes that it's going to keep murders from going past 850 this year, said 15th Ward Alderman Ray Lopez. It's a bad strategy. It's not going to be impactful. It's just going to continue to demoralize officers who are trying to keep this city from tearing itself apart. He is not wrong. That dude needs to be replacing Mayor Lightfoot.
Tell you what's going to happen with that is you're going to get a bunch of pissed off cops that are on duty. They're not going to do shit anyway because they're like, I'm supposed to be off. I didn't want to work. Basically, they're forcing overtime on them.
Right. Well, why would it's kind of one of those double-edged swords. I don't know.
I don't like forced overtime stuff.
But you don't really have to do shit if you work for Chicago PD anyway. You can't chase them.
No, you can't chase them. You got to ask for permission.
I would just be walking down the street. No, don't run. No. Okay, he fled. 10-8.
Yeah, when you're in there robbing that Walgreens of $900 worth of shit, could you grab me a pack of gum and a Coke?
I'm kind of hungry, man. You give me something. I'm going to say I'm going to chase you. Just take off.
I just think I've had overtime forced on me before, and it was completely miserable. I hated it. If I want to work overtime, I work overtime. Don't force me on my day off to have to work.
Oh, I had one that was even better. I was forced overtime, and then they took away my day that was after that shift and said, no, we're just going to give you the day off so we don't have to pay you overtime. Yeah.
Oh, no.
I told them to never ask me to work over again. Yeah, because it won't happen. I'll just quit.
Well, like I said, I know people, they do it, and a lot of places do it, but I don't like the forced overtime shit at all, because then you just got a bunch of people out there working that don't want to be there in the first place, and you're not going to get much out of them. I'm going to tell you that right now. So, but Chicago is just messed up, and Beetlejuice needs to go. They'll reelect her, though. They'll reelect Beetlejuice.
No, the dead people were reelected. I find it just as for the other podcast, but I just find it very hard to believe that anybody wants that woman in charge.
There's no telling.
The criminals, maybe. I mean, it's good for crime.
Yeah. This next story you sent in, y'all take a look at this. This is a handsome fella right here. Look how pretty he is. He's gorgeous, and we're gonna talk about him too as soon as I pull this fucking story up, because he is this fella right here is upstanding, very upstanding citizen. Of course, he's from Florida. I think this is Holster's cousin.
Real.
It's his next. Actually, it's his next door neighbor. But anyway, this dude it's a sight. Anyway, this is from CBS 42. I'm not even gonna read the headline because I don't want to give it away. It says out of Milton, Florida, a Milton man has been arrested after a fight that allegedly started when the man was caught. You ready for it? This guy right here. You ready to hear what he did? Right here. Yeah, right there. He was caught humping someone's dog, according to the arrest report. Gonna be pissed off. I think, Roy, that's your cousin, isn't it?
What you do?
Anyway, John Miller, that's him right there. John Miller, 33 years old. He looks bad for 33. Is charged with domestic violence battery. Domestic violence.
Dog?
That's why I paused. I'm like, what? Domestic violence, aggravated assault, and criminal mischief. His estranged wife charged for allegedly shooting the husband's companion in the throat with a stun gun. Jesus Christ. Miller was caught humping a dog, and when the owner confronted him, he said Miller attacked him, punching him in the head and upper body, leaving red marks and cuts. If Mr. Dog Fucker right here would have attacked me, I might have had a few red marks on him, but that picture on the screen, if you're looking at it, would have looked a whole lot different of him right there. Excuse me.
Yeah.
I had to sneeze.
You're big as
but anyway, Mr. Miller would be, I'll just say it. Mr. Miller would have been fucked up, okay? He would have went to the hospital first. Don't be fucking my dog. Or fucking with my dog, period.
Oh, no, it gets better.
Santa Rosa County Sheriff's Office. The victim said Miller destroyed items in the house and the garage door. How the fuck did he get in your house? He said Miller also grabbed a knife, threatening to kill him.
Tap.
Yeah, he would have, if he would have survived the lead poisoning I'd have given him when he pulled a knife on me. Leaving him in fear of his and his mother's life. Okay, this dude living at home with his mama still. Miller, oh geez, yeah, are you fucking serious? I'm about to tell y'all what this motherfucker's bond is. Y'all heard all this shit he done. Fucking pulled a knife on somebody.
Breaking and entering.
His bond was set at a whopping $7,000.
To be fair, I'm not sure he had $700.
Yeah, but $7,000 for all of that shit. Aaron said he looks like a dog fucker.
It's home invasion with a deadly weapon.
Yeah, this motherfucker. I guess, was he friends with the other guy that was living with his mama? I don't know.
I'm trying to figure out how the estranged wife plays into this.
I have no idea. It was just, I don't know. It says it was stuck in there. Estranged wife charged for legislating husband. Maybe it's a different story and it was just stuck in there because it's in blue. I don't know.
Hanging.
I don't know. It's blue. It's blue. So I mean, he's definitely a good candidate for the hot nuts.
Oh, that's another story.
Oh, it's another story. So it wasn't his companion with the stun gun. It's another story. The way they had it in there, it looked like it was part of this one. Roy said that's a different story from around here. Yeah. He can go work at the dog pound. Melissa, I hope they won't allow him to do any work release from any kind of pound because he would be trying to fuck the dogs.
Dog fucker.
He's a dog fucker. All right. The next one is from Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Of course it is.
We got a picture. You got reverb or something going on in the background there. I don't know what you're doing with your microphone there.
Are you hearing a chirp, chirp, chirp?
Yeah.
It's not. It's chickens.
Oh, it's chickens.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, I just pulled a picture of this sexy dude up right here.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, this is a Baton Rouge story of this man had a ski mask on. Do you want to read that one?
Yeah. Man in ski mask accused of raping 75-year-old woman at knife point. Now, we just had one of those down here. East Baton Rouge Parish, a man found naked and sleeping in a stranger's bed was arrested Tuesday on rape and related charges. The 75-year-old woman told investigators that she was in the bathroom around 9:30 a.m. when someone she'd never seen before appeared in her bathroom doorway wearing a ski mask, underwear, and socks while holding a silver kitchen knife, according to arrest documents. The attacker made her to drink alcohol and forced her at knife point to perform sexual acts. The victim said her attacker eventually passed out in her home, giving her time to escape and call 911. Detectives arrived to find Conway Tollier, 45, asleep in the woman's bed. Arrest documents show the knife and ski mask were nearby. In the storage room, they were nearby in the storage room, the women's garage. Detectives found clothing and shoes they say ties Tollier to the crime. He was in the fucking bed. What? Never mind. Investigators say it appears that he approached the house by way of a wooden area at the edge of the property. Tollier was booked with the first-degree rape and home invasion. Investigators say Tollier acknowledged going into the woman's home and drinking alcohol. He then asked for a lawyer. Arrest documents show. You think? Arrest documents noted the victim did not know Tollier and had never seen him before. East Baton Rouge Sheriff's Office confirmed Tollier was arrested November 11th for unauthorized entry of an inhabited dwelling and released of his own recognizance 2 days later. Bonding documents described him as homeless. Well, she'll probably bail him out. But when you find somebody inside of somebody's bed, that's usually a clue. That's what we call it in law enforcement.
Anyway, he's a homeless fucking rapist of a 75-year-old lady. Sick man. I hope they don't just let him ROR, which is release on your own recognizance, to get out of jail.
Well, when was this?
Stop letting these motherfuckers out of jail. I don't know what's wrong with these district attorneys. They keep doing this shit. Or these judges that keep doing this shit. Because they don't want to spend money on them in jail. But anyway, you let them on the street, and that's what the fuck happened. 75-year-old lady gets raped by this thing.
So he was arrested on the 11th, held for 2 days, 12/13. So he was arrested 3 days later for rape. Okay, yeah, he's a serial offender.
Yeah, he shouldn't have been out. He shouldn't have been out. This motherfucker here. Look at him.
He's got some pretty eyes.
Yeah, fucking rapist. Piece of shit rapist. Anyway, this next one here. Go ahead and start running through them since we had some technical difficulty. This next one here is another a Baton Rouge story. Roy just told me on text message he just got 30 days in Facebook jail for a comment on our podcast live feed. Laugh out loud. Roy needs to go to YouTube.
Jesus.
What the hell comment did he make?
Probably.
I mean, I was reading them. I don't know why these people still walking around us. I don't know which comment he made, but he got himself put in Facebook jail. Be careful on our feed, people. Get you.
I'm sure they're watching it, waiting for us to trip up. That's why we gotta get another one.
Let me get this next story. This story is a domestic violence one also. Like I said, it is out of Baton Rouge area. Baton Rouge. Let me find it. Here she is. Anyway, it's from WBRZ, Channel 2 ABC out of Baton Rouge. This was from November the 15th. Yeah, you're right there. Anyway, that's a Baton Rouge. Just see the young lady if you're watching the video or on live, or if you're like Roy trying to go to YouTube so you can see it. The picture of her is up there. She looks like she's pissed off. Anyway, this was in Baton Rouge. Like I said, a woman was arrested Monday after she allegedly hit her spouse with a car when she drove her car into the patio of a bar over the weekend. East Baton Rouge Sheriff's Office said 32-year-old, I'm going to try this name, Tinandra Provo. I probably just slaughtered that. But anyway, she struck her wife with her car around 4:30 a.m. Saturday at Provo's Cedar Crest Bar on Airline Highway. According to arrest documents, Provo came to the business while her wife was cleaning the bar, and the two argued because she was taking too long to clean the bar. Roy's back on YouTube. The Facebook people can't see his comments there. A witness told deputies that Provo began running into her wife's truck with her car to get her attention. I guess that's one way to get somebody's attention, to start destroying your vehicle. When that didn't work, Provo allegedly ran her car through the bar's patio gate and hit her wife. You tell you what, you get some pissed off lesbians and them bitches will go completely crazy. I've seen it.
You lickety split.
Yeah, I've seen it. The witness said Tiandre, or however you say it, Provo, then the lady on the screen, then got out of her vehicle, spoke to the victim. Did she speak or did she yell? Come on now. Did she speak? I mean, at this point, she's got to be yelling, right? It's like she done ran into the, rammed her vehicle, then she done run her over inside the building, done run through the building, and she gets out and say, "Hi, honey, you ready to go? I'm tired of waiting." I mean, or did she get out? "You stupid fucking bitch." I mean, don't say she got out and spoke to her. She got out and fucking yelled at her.
She allegedly ran over.
Before leaving, it said before leaving with another person. She never came back, according to the arrest records. The victim, her wife, suffered a broken left femur, ouch, from being hit by the vehicle and had to be sedated by EMS. That means that she must have been just acting all fucking crazy and shit. Yeah, I'm sure it was. Aaron says he's sure he was a civil conversation. And most of the she goes, "Baby, my foot got stuck on the gas." Yeah, I'm sure. Anyway, Provo was booked on charges of aggravated criminal damage to property, hit and run, domestic abuse battery with seriously bodily injury. Provo is not listed as the owner of the bar on the Secretary of, I guess because they got the same name. Maybe they're related or something. Anyway, WBRZ reached out to Cedar Crest Bar, which declined to comment on the situation. Miss Provo up there, I think you might, if y'all are legally married, you might want to get you a divorce attorney. And whoever her wife is, I'd be looking, I mean.
Sounds like a perfect relationship. That's the right level of crazy I like in my women.
Tell me about it. How you doing, Adam? I'm doing all right. Talking about crazy lesbians running each other over at the point. And anyway, she looks pissed off. I mean, she don't look real mean, but she looks like she's pissed off. But that's her. That one was an interesting one. I'm glad I didn't hit and run. She said she didn't go nowhere. She hit and stayed. She hit, got out, cussed her out, and then she left with somebody else.
Yeah, I was going to say she left with somebody else.
Yeah. But she did get out and say, "Hey, bitch, what you think of that?" All right, this next one, I think it's Louisiana story too. You can read it. It's this one has people missing a part of an ear, and no, Mike Tyson was not involved with this one. They say if you're looking on the live screen, I'm letting old Stare going to read it. And he's going to pull it up. But if you look on the live screen and see the picture,
this is a girl's wife. No.
No. They say this is a woman, but I don't know. It looked like it could be a tranny to me or something like that. But go ahead with the story. That's just my opinion.
Police searching for a woman who bit off part of a police officer's ear. Outstanding.
I guess it wasn't more than she could chew.
Wonder if it tastes like bacon. Homo.
It's homo.
Oh. Homo. A woman is still on the run after biting off a portion of a police officer's ear after law enforcement was called to break up a fight outside of a bar. Houma Police Department said officers are still looking for 36-year-old Michelle Smith, who officials say was fighting outside Joni's B Bar in Houma on November 12th. According to law enforcement, officers were dispatched to the scene to separate several females fighting in the parking lot past midnight, and Smith bit a portion of the officer's right ear completely off. Jesus. The officer was taken to the medical facility and is currently recovering from the injury. Smith is wanted for 1 count of second-degree battery. Anyone with information is asked to contact the Homo Police Department.
Homo Police Department. Well, from looking at her picture, if that is a her, I'm skeptical. They ought to be able to get a good bite pattern on her too. Because she got a pretty good gap between her teeth too. Does he have like a little flap, like it's missing ear on both sides with like a little middle piece?
She has Mike Tyson's smile. We're gonna get my ass kicked.
She anyway, they say it's a lady. I'm gonna say okay, it's a lady.
It blends in with the next story.
But she was hungry or something like that. I guess this cop was by himself that she got away. I feel sorry for me.
To be fair, if somebody ripped my ear off, I might be not as distracted about running.
Yeah, I guess not, I'd be like, fucking ear, bitch. Fucking bit my ear off. Goddamn. Her name, she's Mike Tyson, the female version, I guess. Anyway, to me, she's not a very attractive woman at all. And she looks like a man. But and she's a biter, fella. She's a biter. If you do date her, if you look at her real close, if you look on here, she's a biter. If you do date her, I wouldn't put nothing in her mouth that you don't want to get bit. Just saying.
Just sticking them hula hoop earrings.
Just don't stick nothing in her mouth. I wouldn't trust her. Anyway, she's gone. She's gone. She is the biter. Mike Tyson is gone. This next one is a little bit interesting. You pull it up. You find it here.
Yeah. I wonder why.
What? Wonder why what?
Next story.
We really gonna have to do something about your mic.
What is it doing?
It's just you just keep going in and out. You sounded better with the other headset. Do y'all agree with me? If anybody's listening, listen to the last story, that he sounded better with his other headset on. Or
is it the settings? I can change that shit.
I don't know. You keep going in and out. You're not.
Well, I do, because if I set farther back or farther forward, then
you're just not staying quite as crispy clear as you usually are. Usually crispier.
Now, am I sounding pretty damn good to you now?
You sound good now. That's better.
No.
Just gonna read the next story like this.
Yes, we're gonna do that. Would you like to play a game?
Play a game.
There's no pictures or nothing. It says Aaron says it's hard to run if your ear is off. I hear it. You ain't hearing nothing right now because your ear's cut off. See, Aaron says you're cutting out a little bit.
All right, I'll set a little bit closer to the microphone. Is it still cutting out right now?
No, it's not.
Okay, well, that's what it is. It's because it's that high depth thing.
Yeah, just sit real close to it. Anyway, this next story is from San Diego, California, because we're all up in California. We're not in San Francisco, but we're in San Diego. And the headline is, this from The Insider. And the headline is, a transgender woman which that's wrong right there. A man who likes to dress up as a woman, was forced to share a jail cell with 3 men. And one of them beat him up, and the story says her, but it's not a her, it's a him, beat him up so badly it got a broken jaw, the lawsuit states. I guess this is the man's name, he calls himself. Christina Frost, because it's Frosty.
It must be pre-op.
It probably has tits or something. I don't know. But
Well,
it obviously
jail with a bunch of dudes.
He obviously still has a dick.
Right.
So Christina Frost was put in a jail cell with 3 men against her wishes in 2020, a lawsuit said. Okay, first of all, let's start with this. It's fucking jail, okay? You got arrested. You don't get to choose who your bunk mates are, okay? One of the men viciously assaulted him. I'm not using this her shit. I'm sorry. Assaulted him and broke his jaw, the lawsuit says. He said deputies, again they said she, but he said deputies at the San Diego jail also repeatedly misgendered him, according to the filing. You got a dick. Men have penises and girls have vaginas.
It's because you got big old beautiful titties. Don't make you one.
Yeah, you're correct, Roy. You can't choose your room in jail. A transgender woman, whatever you want to call it, was forced to share a jail cell last year with 3 men. We just read that when Christina Frost first arrived at the San Diego Central Jail on November 25th, 2020. He was placed alone in a holding cell, according to the lawsuit, which was filed on Tuesday and reviewed by the Insider. But later that day, the deputies moved Frost to a minimally monitored cell with 3 men. It's called minimum security. That's why they put you there. You don't get a private room at jail. If you want a private room, tell them you're going to hurt yourself. They'll put you on suicide watch naked or in a paper gown in a padded room. If you want a private room that bad, that's how you do that. The move was against his wishes, and Frost was confused. My Lord, I didn't order room service. I did not ask to be moved. I did not ask to be moved to a bunk. I didn't want bunk beds. I want my own cell. Against her wishes. Okay. As to why he was being transferred, giving that his Department of Motor Vehicles records and driver's license both said she was a woman. You got a dick. Again, you have a dick. I don't care what the DMV says. I don't you have a dick. You're a boy. Okay. I'm sorry that you have a mental problem and you want to act like a girl, but because it's called a gender dysphoria, but you got a dick. She was a woman. The lawsuit said Frost also said that at the time of his booking, he had been wearing feminine clothes. Well, that's got to be it. I mean,
yeah, they'd be in a woman's prison. I promise you, I'll wear a dress on that day.
You had girl clothes on. Okay. High cut shorts and a bra, the filing said. Okay, so you're just like a hoe with your Daisy Dukes on, with your ball sack hanging out the side of it. I mean, he also said deputies there repeatedly misgendered Frost, both in person and on official reports. The lawsuit said, why? Because they called you a him, a he, because you got a dick and nuts? Is that why? According to the lawsuit, Frost was viciously attacked by one of the men in the cell after he fell asleep on the night of November 25th. He received closed fist punches to the face, which resulted in his jaw being fractured in 2 places, the lawsuit said. Frost required 2 surgeries for his broken jaw and is now required to wear dentures, the lawsuit said. Well, that ought to make you happy. Since you like to suck dick, you won't have to worry about scraping nothing with your teeth. Just take your teeth out and suck dick, okay? In the suit, Frost said that some deputies witnessed the attack and none of them immediately intervened. The men was eventually removed from the cell, according to the filing. They're probably not allowed. One of them probably got there and probably not allowed to go in the cell by themselves with something like that, and had to wait for another deputy to go in before they could go and break the fight up for safety purposes, for security and stuff like that, in case that y'all were faking it or something, and you're trying to escape. That's probably why they didn't rush right in, because he was probably by himself. Frost said she also had to wait up to 12 hours for medical attention. They probably brought him to the emergency room, and that was probably the wait at the emergency room. I'm sure they didn't leave you sitting at the jail for 12 hours all fucked up that you were probably at the emergency room, but that's their fault too, right? Despite being unable to eat or drink water because of his injuries, the lawsuit said. Frost has sued San Diego County and its sheriff's department for punitive and compensatory damages, and said he is seeking for her attorney fees to be covered. The complaint accused them of negligence, failure to protect, or deliberate indifference to safety risks and needs, among others. San Diego County and San Diego County Sheriff's Department did not immediately respond for comment. In a February training bulletin from San Diego County Sheriff's Department, which was published after the alleged attack against Frost, says arrestees should be taken to facilities that corresponds with their gender identity. That's California. It is fucking stupid. If you have a dick, you go to a jail where everybody else has dicks.
I could totally see this shit being a new prison system that we're going to build.
Oh, yeah. Why don't we just, just because what you can do now, you can have a bunch of men that's going to say, I identify as a woman.
Well, it's going to have to be an entire prison for LGBTQ. So it's one of those things like, oh, you're a tranny, whether you're a female or male, you go into jail. And you're a tranny, whether you're female or male, you go into jail. It's going to turn into a bunch of people getting pregnant and all kinds of. Don't worry, the government will pay for it.
I'm not sure what his charges were. It didn't say. According to a 2020 investigation by NBC News, said we know this is factual. Transgender people are rarely placed in cells corresponding with their gender identity. Transgender people in U.S. prisons have almost always been housed according to the gender assigned to them at birth. That's because if you have a pee-pee, you're a boy. If you have a pee-pee that hangs out, if you have a pee-pee that goes in, you're a girl. So, this said, NBC News says there was about 4,890 transgender state prisoners tracked in 45 states and Washington, D.C. It was unable to confirm just 15 cases in which a person was housed according to their lived gender. Anyway, so all these other 4,000 something people are in the jails that correspond to what their body parts say they have. And that one just, they put me in there. I want to be in the jail with the girls because I like to wear dresses. No, you know what? You don't want to go to jail. You know, people get beat up in jail all the time that aren't transgender or anything else. So, welcome to jail. Shit happens in there sometime. If you don't want to be transgender and locked up with a bunch of men, which I think that if you think you're a woman, you wouldn't be locked up with a bunch of men, right?
Yeah, I want to be locked up with a bunch of men. I want to go to prison.
But, to solve this problem is don't break the law. Don't go to jail. Then you don't have to worry about it, right? It's like,
stop breaking the law, asshole!
Then you won't end up in jail. You won't get beat up. Okay? Way back in the day, I was bailiffing, and this judge I was working for was extremely funny. Well, they brought in one of these transgender people, which is very strange for the area where I'm at, but it had boobs, fake boobs, and of course it was handcuffed and shackled to another. They bring them in shackled together because it makes it hard for them to run away. So it was up there and at the podium, and the judge kept calling it miss, and I'm like, it's a dude. The judge said, what? I said, that's a guy. The judge stood up and leaned over his judge's bench. Like, I thought he was going to fall off the bench looking. He's like, you're a guy. He said, you're a guy. And it just kind of went, yeah. Because it had tits and stuff like that. I'm sure it was real popular. So Anyway, it's been going on. Aaron says, I wouldn't want to go to a women's jail. Them women's bees mean. Go watch like 60 Days In and all that shit like that if you want to see it. I mean.
Orange is the new black. That's the way it always is a women's prison.
Okay, I don't know. I don't know about that, but let's go on to the next one. This next one is the New Orleans mayor. Because she's a fucking winner. This bitch just got reelected too.
No doubt it. If you passed a policy like that, work. Yeah.
I'm sure. But she just got reelected. You want to read that one?
Absolutely. New Orleans wants to pay young people $350 a month. See how the program will work. All right. New Orleans will pay 125 young people $350 a month for most of next year's under a program that seeks to help youth build wealth and boost their financial literacy. The program is aimed at residents aged 16 to 24 who are neither working nor in school. Mayor Latoya Cantrell and other officials said Thursday. Those residents will receive the funds through a prepaid bank card provided by Mobility Capital Finance, also called MoCappy. Charter school networks and other partners will refer program participants to City Hall. Oh, my God.
Let's give out some fucking free money to motherfuckers that don't do nothing.
Ain't got a job, ain't in school. Let's give them some money and teach them. No. You don't get money for doing shit.
You know what they're going to do, right? That's going to be the weed man about to get rich as a motherfucker because they're going to have.
About that. I could see them being more along the lines of, hey, wait a minute. I could go out and buy a bunch of dope now that I didn't have to pay for, turn around and sell it. I'm sorry. Yep. I mean, it will teach them financial equality.
It does teach you entrepreneurship.
Yeah, it does. It's like, all the big billionaires got little loans from their parents. Just welcome to the New Orleans mayor being your mama.
Yeah, but she just got reelected. This is the same one I talked about earlier that was in a bar and jumped down his dude's throat because basically told her she was stupid with her big bodyguards and stuff. Y'all just reelected this stupid ass bitch. She is from Compton, originally in California, and y'all keep electing her, and
that makes a lot of sense.
Bringing the California stupid shit over here. Not against people that live in California, but y'all's government and people just fucking stupid. Well, Aaron, she's probably, her and Beetlejuice would probably get along pretty damn well, I'm guessing. She's pretty much, she's a shit.
Sucker.
She's a piece of shit. Oh, this was just another update. I didn't send this one to Holstera either. What was that? Oh, yeah, we did her. I didn't do her. She bit that ear. Anyway, this guy, if y'all recognize him from last week, Mr. I got a big thing here. This is the guy that went and picked up the 17-year-old little girl and pretended like he was a cop and raped her and sexually molested her. He is out on bail.
Jesus Christ.
Go figure, right? He is out on bail because he is just a piece of shit. I mean, and everybody's allowed bail, I guess, the way it says, unless you're some people. But anyway, he got out on bail. I just thought I'd throw that up there and let everybody know he was out. I don't think I saved the story. I just grabbed his picture and just say he is out. If you're around Baton Rouge and all that stuff, you can take a look at him, stay away from him. He is a rapist, piece of shit. Let's get him off of there.
Drag him into an alley.
Yeah, he's a piece of shit. Alleged rapist. Anyway, he made bail.
Alleged.
He was alleged. And
throw his soft ledge.
Let me see what this last one is. If we're even going to read it or not. Like I said, we're going along with technical difficulties, stuff like that.
He's throwing that man off the roof.
Yes. And I thought I had a video on that one. I don't think I put it on here. I didn't. I got sidetracked. We're not going to talk about that one this time. We'll talk about it another time. So I still have it. I mean, we'll just talk about it another time. Anyway, we'll learn along. So we have to vote. We have to vote. We have to do our voting. Since we have these fine people have
the kitty toucher, the SRO.
They have stuck with us through technical difficulties and all. Roy got a 30-day ban for, he made the comment, I guess when we were talking about the cop and SRO guy or something, he made the comment saying I would beat his ass if that was my cousin, and that's what he got a 30-day ban for, because he was violence and incitement is what he was saying. Yes. So
yeah, Melissa vouches for the dog humper.
So we got so everybody vote. We got dog humper. We got the SRO cop in Florida. Wasn't bikini pictures of a 14-year-old girl. We have the sergeant that robbed the pharmacy for drugs.
Yeah, that dude's just an addict. He's fried.
We got the ski mask rapist. We got the lesbian that drove their car through the patio and ran over her wife.
Love you, Alex.
I may have called somebody a troll. I'm surprised we haven't gotten booted on the live feed yet. And we got, I'm going to put this one. New Orleans wanting to give $350 people for breathing fucking air.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking bad. And it's just a con too, because they go through an organization to pick out the 350 people or whatever. So I'm like, yeah, if you got one crooked dude, they're like, hey, you guys got to get $80 a month. It steal tax money.
So far we got two votes on the dog humper. I'm got a feeling that who's going to win is and Aaron and his. So we got like 4 votes on. We're just going to go with the dog humper. Dog humper's going to win it. Let me pull him up. Here we go. Anyway, the dog humper. I'm sure hope it was a girl dog at least. He might be a gay dog humper. I don't know. Maybe the dog was transgender. Maybe it was a transgender dog. It's a boy dog that thinks it's a girl dog. I don't know. But anyway, we will keep you informed as we move along with the political podcast. Go like it on Facebook right now. Liberty, freedom, and whiskey. And so when everything's going, you'll be ready for it. I got to set up the YouTube channel and all that stuff like that also, but we'll get it done. It's a little bit that takes involved to putting this shit together anyway properly. And Holstera will hopefully be in studio with us this week, probably 2 times.
Not this week. Well, Sunday.
This weekend.
Yeah.
So anyway, you're coming down to visit. I'm looking forward to it. And that's about it. Go like and subscribe.
We're going to go try to hunt down Precious Johnson.
Yeah, we're going to call Dog the bounty hunter. We're looking for Precious.
Bounty hunter.
But anyway, we are going to go to a Renaissance Festival and stuff. Maybe we'll take some pictures and some video, put it up with us. We'll see.
We'll wear a MOTORCOP merch.
Yeah. Oh, well, I do all the time. I'm always promoting myself and us. Pretty soon we have to have some different T-shirts made. I'm going to have to have a front and back or something pretty soon. Like and subscribe, hit the bells, send me a message if you'd like to be a guest. I'm always looking for guests. That's the hardest part. And remember, if y'all listened to the mess up the end of it yesterday, you'll realize I played my old indie music, which I can't do no more. Anyway, watch your back, watch your partner's back, and remember to always smile, because the Iceman could always be behind you.
Good night, everybody.
Until this weekend. Y'all be safe out there.
None of this radio pop shit. I dropped this, turning back the clocks to rock shit. I cop it, said knock knock, I'm on this. I'm hot bitch, like a hot bitch, it's up. I'm locked in, I got this, radio drop this.